Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 Frankenmuth Mega Farm Project, episode 56. Uh, so, it was recently pointed out to me in a comment, I think Mike Price, correct me if I'm wrong, pointed out that the Seed Hawk drill pack is a much better device, and I guess it uses, from what I've seen, it uses granular fertilizer as a bigger tank with options for how you set things up. So, actually, I was watching a video. It's got three tanks for fertilizer or seed that you can basically set up how you want. So for something like soybeans, which uses, I think, more seed than fertilizer. Anyway, cotton uses a lot of fertilizer and not as many seeds, so we would be able to maybe set up two of the bins that it has with fertilizer and then one of them with seed. Whereas there are other ones that use way more seeds, I think maybe soybeans, so we would be able to set up there's some option for emptying these things. Oh well. So anyway, however, I think it also requires a pretty big device, pretty big tractor. So we're going to take this blue drive down. Oh, it's not the blue drive that we want, because that's the seed drill. It's the Citon that is the thing. I think we keep the blue drive for planting and go with the seed drill. So yes, I am kind of jumping the gun here. But as far as the rest of this episode, we have some, we have quite a few bits of cotton planted. We've got barley and wheat planted. But we have some more empty fields that we need to decide what to do with. I'm actually thinking we'll just go put cotton in 31 and just have this whole block. We bought 30 with cotton in it last episode. And then I had laid out a plan, which I know involves sugar beets in 22 and spinach in 21. I can't remember what my plan for 10 was. Sunflowers, I think, and possibly 42 for sunflowers as well. 45 is going to get grapes, and I don't remember what I was going to do with 44. But I do remember that I was going just now. I was going to get ourselves set up with one more cotton plant, and then we'll probably move on to March, because that's when we plant a few of these other things. And we also need to cut the grass, because we're out of grass. We've got a ton of silage, but out of grass. So I'm glad I didn't just sell the blue drive before realizing that the seed hawk is a planter, an air drill, not it's a seeder, not a planter. So we don't necessarily get rid of this setup. I was hoping we could find something better, but with this additional tank here on the front, this is actually working out pretty well. I think that covers many of our fields in one shot. So we're going to go get this guy set up, and then we're going to sell the Amazon and pick up the Seed Hawk. And that requires the big case tractor to run, or something big like that. And I think actually we might just pick up another one of those as well, since it's good to have that power. It'd be good to have a quick look at our fertilization states and our weed states. Okay, it looks like we don't have any weeds, which makes sense since we've been plowing instead of weeding, which I actually quite like. It's kind of easier to throw the plow down and just plow stuff. Oh, it's not sugar beets, it's cotton. We're putting cotton in this field just so that we have a whole block of cotton. Alright, while you're doing that, buddy, we can now go deal with swapping out our seeders. Backing up with the Seed Hawk looks like it might be kind of a pain, but I do think it's a better idea. Let's make sure we can afford this before we even go to do it. Seed Hawk air cart and the XL toolbar. Okay, 225, we can. And we're going to get some back on the other thing anyway. 150 plus 225. Well, hopefully we'll probably make about 150, 200K overnight anyway. So that'll be good. That'll cover the rest of what we need. If anything. I was kind of trying to save for grapes, but I think we can get those planted in March or in May. Grapes. Yeah, we can plant those in May. And we ought to have the money by then, given that we're still making clothes. And all of that stuff. I'm pretty sure we've done all of our chores this month. So it's really just about getting that cotton planted, getting this cedar switched out. Maybe we throw canola or something oil related down, because we still want to go with those potatoes. That's part of the plan. Is potatoes and the potato chip factory, and so we need the oil mill for that. And we need some oil producing crops. And we want to still do the soup factory. And yeah, I'll dump those there and pick them up after. There we go. All right. So as far as this goes, the air cart is either a tow behind, which makes sense because then I don't have to get in between things. So I think I will go with the tow behind, because yeah, if we tow the tank first, then when it comes to dealing with filling it, then we have to get in between the things. Whereas if we just come up on it from behind, then we can just come up to it from behind. And I think this is a good setup. The conveyor is pretty cool. We're going to pick that up. And then we need the toolbar. And that is also a tow behind, because the toolbar is first. Big old duals seems like a plan to me. I kind of like this maroon color. Yep. Here we go. All right. We pick up you. I wonder if this thing will even fit in. I don't think this thing even fits through the door. I think this thing needs its own shed. Yeah, this guy doesn't fit through the door. Let's just pour it out on the ground. Alright. I obviously don't know how to use this thing because we obviously have room for fertilizer. And yet into first person view so we get the massive re-render. Alright, so we've got all of our cotton. And the next bit is to do our March planting. And to cut that grass. We will go move it on to March. All right. March. And a good amount of money made. And we can plant our grapes. So let's get this planter going on sugar beets. You know, let's get him all the way filled up on the fertilizer though. I guess what you can do with that seeder is fill it entirely with seeds and then just do your fertilization outside of that, which might be a good option, actually, since we're much more efficient at applying fertilizer. Alright, well that's at work. And what else can be planted in March? Sunflowers. So we will get to use this thing. And we're going to go lay down the grape orchard. Nope, sunflowers are a planter thing. unfortunately. We could slap some oats down in one of these fields. '21 is spinach. That's definitely the plan. But the others are still kind of open, so let's take oats out to the one on the end here. And that way we'll get some oat flour going too. We need to pick up another one of these cases sometime soon. With all this big equipment. Alright, well that appears to be working. So let's go down and get the grapes in, and then we'll do all our chores. Woo! Kind of crazy. Guess we can do a couple of them as we go. I'll look over here. Yeah. Wow, that goes through a lot of wood. Curious if we've got any growth on any of these guys yet. We still look to be the 8.7. That's all still... That's still Manchurian? No, that's Scotch. Okay, yeah, these all appear to be the same size, which is AKA too long. These are oaks, right? Right. Alright, nope. Well, we're gonna need that guy. And we can take this opportunity to yoink this trailer back into its slot. Well, we now have too many trailers for our trailer zone. More trailers than we have space. This one can go here. Get back over there. We get those sugar beets in, and then we can plant sunflowers over there. When did spinach go in? Now. Okay. I believe we left the telehandler over here, the one we're going to use for this purpose. We'll get to that later, but we're going to plant some grapes now. Production, cultivation, grapes. Mapping on. Right. Now we are talking. And our grapes are growing and we're ready to rock. We're fully fertilized and everything. Alright. We don't have to do anything to that for a while. And we can get our chores done. Lots of chores. Okay, so we need to go get the, well, we need to deal with this, we need to deal with that, the other thing. So, milk transport is a thing. 43,000 liters. Wow. So, Okay, that dairy has... Okay, we need to rename some of these, but that dairy has 16K milk, and that one has 34K milk, so if we... need to figure out which one is which. 16K milk tag. Okay. So we're going to call that Dairy 1, and I'm going to go rename it. Okay. That bit's done. We need to find a tractor of some sort. We do need to do wood. But we also need to dump sugar beet and have a tractor capable of pulling that baler. Although, what if we used the Fent baler? Is it a Fent or was it a Crone? That's the windrower. What brand baler did we get with the... I thought it was a Crone. Big Pack plus windrower. Okay, Varipack X. Just requires 100 horsepower. For the, yeah, it just requires 100 horsepower for the... for that one. So it's not like it's, I could run the round baler with the Massey. I think I'm gonna do that. I'll leave this guy here for bigger things. We gotta go put beets in that production too. Right, yeah. Other things we want to seed this month? Spinach. Is spinach this month? Yes. Alright, so we're going to take this out to 21 and get that spinach going. I'm confused by the way this thing just decided to make curves and that's that. Very weird. So we've got one Massey down here. We've got another Massey over somewhere. I'm not so sure I really like this cedar. It's big, which I do like, but it's got some weird stuff about it, like the fact that it's just not really following the plan. Like the GPS plan is not as weird and different. Maybe a matter of the fact that it's not really good at backing up being a double piece. Well, that seems to be working. So what I think I'm going to do is see if I can go around and pick up the ones that it's been dropping so that they're out of the way. But I might as well get out. The round baler's not really working, so I'm gonna go bring a bigger boy down there to run the windrower after the baling happens. First we're gonna finish up this bit. We're gonna wait for that baling to happen, so I guess we'll just go do some woodwork and maybe pick up the wool. Speaking of the wool, how is everyone doing? You got a lot of wool. They all seem to be doing good with wool. And we've got 30,000 liters of fabric and a decent amount of the other stuff. So let's just get this finished out. And then we'll go do the wood. Seems to be a workable solution. Just too much adjustment with the conveyors. Yeah, we definitely need to keep the sugar beets rolling if we're gonna keep making sugar. And if you look at the throughput on when we had the logistics center versus when we didn't, like versus when we don't, there was definitely something wrong with it. I expect this thing is actually full. Yeah. We'll set them up again with a snoot full of red beets hovering over the factory. Time to do some wood with the big ones for now. I know I haven't used the yarder in quite a while, but that will come in more handy when we've got all of these guys grown up and cut down. Because then we're gonna push them all into place and then pull them down 3 at a time, or maybe 2 at a time, whatever it is. Two or 3 at a time. Down on the yarder and hopefully right into the trigger. keep hoping I can swim this, like sweep other trees in with the bigger trees, but it's not working yet. Is that going? Looks like it's still going. Maybe that little front tank is like all we really needed. Although now that I've said it, it's gonna totally run out any second. This is what I'm trying to do, is use these trees as a broom to sweep. Sweep a couple of extra trees with us. Not have to make so many trips. And almost. Well, I left it with 40 last month, and we ended up with only 6 left. So I think we're going through quite a bit of wood every month. Although I also feel like maybe I should get another plant on once I've cleared this area out. We can grind all this stuff up. Grind all these stumps up. And now I'm wondering, maybe instead of going and collecting every little tree, like all the little ones, maybe the wood chipper is a potential option. Like we could chip up all these little trees, although we still have to load them into the chipper somehow, so I don't know if it's any better or worse. We are getting chips anyway. Alright, 40 is good enough, I think. That's good. Let's go get that. Go get that baling on. Now, I didn't notice any messages about anybody being done, but I often miss them, so who knows? You'd think the spinach would have been done planting. Sugar beets. Sugar beets look almost done. what happens if I... What? Okay, will it not do it automatically because it's already windrowed or what? Yeah, okay. That's still probably better than... $240. I think that's at 10 though. I'm confused. It's 16 meters, y'all. Alright, we got this. Alright, so while I was gone, I installed another mod, which was telehandler tools, large tools. So I'm going to try these out. We're going to go down and grab ourselves the long pallet forks and the long bale forks. I'm going to drop these short pallet forks off here. We're just going to get the long bale forks, I think, right now. Well, I think we'll probably buy them all. Large implements, that's what it's called. Okay, well, that's not promising. Too. I thought we'd go down and grab these while we were off that, so that we can do some rearrangement of the bales on these older sheep farms. Get them organized a little better, hopefully. And yeah, so I'm gonna go back into time-lapse mode. Yeah, now I got these super long bale forks. I should be able to do some kind of nifty double stacking of some sort. Well, we've got a bit of a problem with weight, I guess. But if we can just get it off the ground high enough to... There we go. So, not perfect, but not terrible either. I guess maybe I could go 4 at a time. Maybe we get a weight for the back of this thing. A nice big weight of some sort. Turning with this thing is dangerous. Not terrible, but definitely not stable. That's for sure. Anyway, go back to what we were doing. Finish this bit off. We are almost done. And then let's see what else is next. I think we're just about done with March though. Let's look at our current status. The chickens have food. The cows have food. Buffalo have food. The sheep all have food. The things that we might sell in March are all on auto sell, except the bricks, I guess. We'll just set those to auto sell real quick. And then go back again. Yeah, that's auto sell. These are no selling points. Plate has got quite a few in it. Soybeans is July. Oh, sunflowers in March. Okay, except, you know what? We were just planted sunflowers to get oil, and we already have these sunflowers. So we just need to advance a month and get our, we're not going to sell the sunflowers now. We're going to install the oil mill and get our current crop of sunflowers turned into oil. This is the prep for the potato factory. Speaking of potatoes, we really ought to consider where we're going to put potatoes. Sunflowers. Yeah, so the potato chips need potatoes, which means we need potato stuff. And we've got a little time on this row. Let's have a quick look at our field setup. Well, we could put potatoes in 44 and just have tons of potatoes, which is not entirely a terrible idea. Oh, we would need to plant those now. And then by August we would need to own a potato harvesting setup. So we're baled up now. So we can put the baler away and get moving on some other work. We need to get some bales over here though, for sure. This guy is not really low. He probably got another year on here, but compared to what we did have in there, it's looking low. So we're definitely going to want to do something with that. Oh, and this spinach planting is done. So we probably want to take this guy home. We need a special planter for potatoes. Let's go do that. we don't have a place to stash this thing. It doesn't fit in that. Doesn't fit in that shed. Alright. Planting potatoes. Planting potatoes requires potato planter. So this one is 6 meters. I'm pretty sure, yeah, 3 meters. It'll take quite a while there. So 6 meters. It looks like we're not going to have potatoes this season. We might as well consider something else to do. Verify that our wood is good. I'm going to think about planting another block of trees. Okay, 39. We're good on that for a while. And yeah. Grapes are planted. That's awesome. Planted sunflowers out here. Alright. I don't know why the helpers have started skipping what feels like huge chunks. Pretty big field to do potatoes on anyway, so maybe we're better off waiting like that. That's a little small for potatoes, though. Wouldn't be enough of them. We should have gone the other way, but we can always just cut across this field. What is cool is we were able to get that whole field done on this front tank. No, with the addition of the front tank, we didn't run out of fertilizer, is what I'm meaning to say. So, yeah, once we're done with this, we just got to get that picked up and drop a load of grass at the other sheep there. I think all the other sheep pens are good though. But I think we can put this planter away. I don't think there's anything else we need to plant here. Okay, we are now done with that, and I'm thinking, unless we borrow money again, which we just paid off our loan, probably time to move on. And borrow money, get the potato planter, plant the potatoes, or we could wait till next year, because we still need the oil. We still need the oil and the oil factory, and to make the oil and all of that stuff. So, although we'll probably be running all that real soon, so maybe we should just borrow a little bit of money. And our current loan is okay. So now we have enough for the planter. We'll buy the planter. And we also need, I don't know how much we need here. Well, I'll just buy 2 for now. And see. If I want to plant with something big. Alright, we're going to drive down and get that planter and get it loaded up with potatoes and go plant the big field down there, which I know will then take a long time to harvest, but it's alright. Alright, I do believe I'm going to need more potatoes. So that was 2,000. Yeah, we can probably get 4 more potato boxes. And be okay on that. Boy, we're going to have some potatoes, though, when we're done. That much for sure. I'm hoping that 6,000 liters will do it. Maybe we'll just plant 6,000 liters and leave it at that. Like, it doesn't actually... There's nothing in any rule book anywhere that says you have to plant the whole field. So maybe we'll just plant the 6,000 liters and call that good, because I'm guessing we can just save some potatoes back once we've harvested and fill the planter. Yeah, get planting. Get to work. Cool. Yeah, we'll just multiply our potatoes with this start of 6,000. That'll be cool. All right, well, let's watch this happen. Okay, well, that's 6,000 liters of potatoes planted. In retrospect, it doesn't look like very much, but it's what we're going to do. And next time, we will be moving on to April and possibly May, where we can probably spend the money to buy the potato harvester, along with the oil mill and maybe some other things. I doubt we'll plant any more of this, but we'll see if we maybe do that before we move on to April next time. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you next time.